Hey guys, what's up? It's Tommy Toy Travels. I'm just making a quick little video review for today. This is a figure that I've had for, oh my gosh, this is a set of figures I've had for so long, yet I've never actually reviewed them. It is Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, a pretty rockin' two-pack. The only bummer about it is it's Tough Talkers. Now, you might be thinking, whoa, hold the phone, Tommy, hold the boat. You love Tough Talkers, and that is true. I do love them. I just think that Mattel didn't really strike while it was hot. You know, it took a while for the other figures to get released, and they did a bunch of re-releases of guys we've already received figures of, and not a lot of people. Like, we already had a Seth Rollins. AJ Styles is new, and as far as I know, he is exclusive to this two-pack. Seth Rollins is very cool. I'd say that to a certain degree, this Seth Rollins is cooler than the previous Seth Rollins because it's a bit more contemporary. You might disagree with me, but that's cool. Maybe it's not, actually. Let me know in the comments which one you think is better. Seth Rollins in his vest or Seth Rollins in his shirt from his return, actually. This is kind of what he wore when he returned. Nice details all over. You press the button on his back.
There's nothing and nobody who can stop me.
And he talks the face. We'll talk about that a little later. Let's take AJ Styles out. On the back, you can see the other set, Roman Reigns and Triple H. Yet again, Roman Reigns we already got a figure of, so they should have just done one two-pack and had it be AJ Styles and Triple H, but, you know, they gotta make money somehow. So here are the two figures. AJ Styles is nothing crazy to write home about, but honestly, AJ Styles figures have been tough to find, and I'd imagine putting him in this line, even though my camera won't even freaking focus, makes him a lot easier to find. Articulation's the same that you always get. It's super limited, but it does look like AJ Styles wearing a black shirt. Of course, the reason why so many shirts or so many of these figures are wearing shirts is to hide that little sensor right there. And of course, on the back, you can press it. He'll talk. Let me put it right next to the mic.
I've got one gear. It's all or nothing.
All right, that sounds like you have two gears. All and nothing. That's not one gear, is it? And yeah, the weird thing about these feet is that it looks like it sculpted so they move, but moving it around, I don't think that actually does anything, so it's fake articulation, I think. Fake news! What type of review would this be if I didn't get a little professional? So I like the shirt he's wearing. It's moving really fast. I'll get to it later, but the decals are printed very nicely. Of course, there's lines because of molding and stuff like that, but it's often very clear. It's a basic attire, nothing too in-depth. We're not getting any decals on the hands. The back there, you can actually see the internals, which is spooky. The hair on this face, we've seen before. They're nothing new, but I think it's all printed nicely, and it's serviceable. It's certainly good looking, and I like the detail on the shirt, these styles and stuff like that, because I've never actually seen the shirt in person, and the phenomenal one, and I'm sure he has those tattoos under that shirt. But yeah, this is a good looking figure, and let's switch to Seth Rollins though, okay? It's gonna be super professional, okay? So yeah, I mentioned this was when Seth Rollins returned after injuring his knee, leg, whatever it was. And he's buff. He looks very buff because he was very buff when he came back. And there are some really cool details going on in this figure. They did a great job painting this to make it look like he did when he came back. There was probably some detail on his back that we're not getting on the back of that shirt because WWE loves putting things on the back of these shirts. But it's fine, we're not getting that. And I also want to point out that they cut his hair short so that you can easily press the button there, which is a little funny. Now, this head, when it finally turns around and you can see it, it seems to be a head we already got before, but it's either the painting or maybe it's just a little smaller than usual. But I think it works well. It's a good Seth Rollins head, and it looks like him. I think, don't you? Look at that belt. Wowzers. And yeah, these aren't bad figures per se, and I'm sure if you're a kid or something, they'll be perfectly suitable, but the real fun part comes from how they can talk to each other. So like,
Just back out. Stories are good. Make excuses and give up. Oh, AJ Styles. I'm sick of this. This conversation is over. They don't want none. You are making a big mistake. Seth Rollins, I have just as much right to be the WWE champion just like anybody else.
So that's pretty cool. There are many decals on it, and you can tell that Mattel actually tried with these guys. Look at those thighs. They're thick thighs, although Seth Rollins are a bit thinner. Interesting how they did that. Let's bring in a Series 1, Wave 1 figure, Dean Ambrose, and let's just, see if they actually talk to each other. So
My mind is a very dangerous place to be. I've got one gear. It's all or nothing. AJ Styles, the happiest and on the fringe.
So he did say AJ Styles, so they are backwards compatible, which is really cool. But I wonder how many figures they actually created to make them backwards compatible, of how future-proof these things are, and all that jazz. Personally, for me, I don't think they're very future-proof. I think that they're going to keep re-releasing them, and some won't say works with all Tough Talkers. But for now, my interest in the Tough Talkers have certainly waned. Have yours? I loved them when they came out because they would talk, but I think Wave 2, Series 2, had way too many guys we've already seen before in this line, and of course, no Sheamus, and no women. So I don't know what's going on there, but I'll restate, if you're looking for an AJ Styles figure and you're having a hard time, this might be the easiest way to find it. And it comes with a Seth Rollins that actually looks pretty cool. And because they're wearing the black shirts, it's kind of easy to ignore the sensors on their bodies, but maybe it isn't. Maybe you hate these figures. I don't know at all, but I think that they're serviceable. I think that they're very serviceable. And if you agree, hit that like button, because this is basically a phoned in review, guys. I'm checked out. Checked out, baby. See you later. It's too hot.